Hey, Pop, where you going? Hey, Pop, where you going?
Golly, Bob, what's wrong with you, man? Hey, I don't want your mama to come out here. I've been doing work around here all day, blame day, and I'm tired of working. She'll come out here and want me to do something else. I want to slip off and go fishing this evening, man. Shh.
Okay, folks, I'm here at the hole, or I hope there's some crappie right down through here. Now, I'm actually here to catch fish and take them home and eat them, believe it or not. Now, I don't do that very much during the spawn, but hey, I'm fish hungry. And let me show you a little bit about what we're doing today. First, the reel is called a master reel right here, Banch and Brown. This reel right here, if I'm not mistaken, was made in 1947. I'll look it up again, but it was made in the USA. Made in the USA, and it says Model 3. And I actually took this reel apart when I bought it and re-greased it, cleaned every part perfect, put it back together. And the way it is built and the type of metal that gear is made out of, which is real stuff, I don't think this little reel is ever going to wear out on me. Okay, and the next thing, I'm using 4-pound test Mr. Crappie high vis line and 11-foot rod. This is an old V&M rod. I broke my 10-footer. I've never used an 11-footer. I broke it trying to make a video the other day. I walked by it and the hook was hanging off the side of it. Caught my britches leg and it popped my 15-year-old rod. And I love V&Ms. I guarantee you, they're good rods. Now the jig, this is just a unique jig. It's made by a man from Texas. His name is Mr. Perry, and I've tied it with a loop knot right here. It's a hand-tied jig, and on all jigs, not just hand-tied, but hand-tied ones, I take advantage of the situation, and I'll take fish formula. This is slab sauce. Okay, this is some good stuff. It has an odor, sort of like, it's strong. I mean, and I've spilled some of it in my tackle box. But it's like a power bait, that's what I was saying. It has it's stronger than power bait's what I'm trying to say. And that's what I used for years. So, we're going to take this 11-foot rod and catch us some crappie this evening. Now, this is a technique I love to use from the bank. In fact, it's so productive that you can catch the fire out of them. But you can see this jig automatically. When I put it in the water, it's in a horizontal position. And you can see just by me shaking, my natural shakes, it puts a lot of action into the jig. That loop knot is the reason why it's so horizontal. Okay, and I'm gonna catch some crappie with it. There's no doubt. Let's put her in there. Now we got to find the depth of the crappie. That's the first thing we have to do. Now with an 11-foot rod, I can touch his nose with it from the bank. I can really feel that jig. I'm not very little action, just by me shaking. If you can see that rod tip, is enough action. Any more than that would be overworking it. There we go. Got that crappie. That was a light bite. Hey, where are you going? That rod's got him, folks. It's limber, forgiving. I don't have to worry about the hook. Is pretty good crappie. I don't have to worry about that hook I'm talking a minute. I'm excited. After the first crappie, I have to figure them out first. And once I do, I get excited. This is a long rod, and I'm not used to dealing with one that long, but I like it. It didn't take much of a hook set. Look how I'm having to do it to get him. Let's get him right here. That's a good fish. Now they have to be 10 inches here at Weiss Lake to keep them. 10 inches long and 9 inches at Guntersville Lake. But that's the keeper. Let's put him in the bucket. My bucket's way over yonder way. So we'll walk over there and put him in there. That's pretty good. Right off the bat, I figured out their depth right here, and that was the main thing. It takes a while to monkey around and figure out that depth. Very important, even when they're spawning. Okay, but let's put him right over here in the bucket. I got my easy checker with me, but I know this fish is over 10 inches. Let me push him up tall. Lord, yeah, he's 12 or better. So let's put him in here. Put that over the top of him. He ain't gonna ruin. He'll still be alive when I leave. This is just a quick, easy trip right here. I'm letting it descend real slow. That 1/32 ounce will trail in behind it at an angle real slow before it straightens up. You can hold your depth real easy just by keeping the same angle off your rod tip. You see, once you establish the depth of these crappie. There's another one. Real important, even spawning, when they're spawning, to get that depth precise. A little above the fish is what you want. They're up feeders, even in shallow water. Now see how he's giving me a fit. I mean, that fish is just giving me an awful fit. Let's get him to the bank. I believe that's another eater guy. I'm used to a 10-footer, but now this 11, that foot don't seem to make much difference, but it does. That extra foot makes a lot of difference. There he is. Gosh, I'm gonna have to walk way back over yonder measuring, but I believe he's a keeper. We'll go see. Oh yeah, he's 10 7/8. He's a bigger enough one. Let's put him down there in the bucket. Get in there, boy. Well, let's walk back. Let me get me a drink of Coca-Cola right here. And I'm gonna go back over yonder and we'll catch another one. Okay, that's exactly what we're gonna do. There. Elmer! Woo! Woo! Okay. That's what I'll be doing if I hook one about 3 pounds there. There we go. That simple. Just that simple, nothing to it. Now this long pole, I bet a lot of you that's never fished with them, you probably think that, oh man, I bet that's tiring his arm out, old as he is, but it don't. I put the butt of the rod up under my elbow like that to support it. This rod is as light as a feather because of that. But yep, we gotta take this crappie to the bucket. Come on in here. There he is. That's a pretty fish. Pretty fish. She wanted that jig. It was down deep. Okay. That one's probably close to 11. But let's make her walk back over here. My old legs is muscled. Now I'm kind of skinny, but now it's because of stuff like this. And folks, the reason I'm doing this is because I want y'all to know that you don't have to have a boat. For years, I didn't have one when I was a kid. But, and this is what I would do. And I learned more from the bank than I did from a boat. This fish is 12 1/4. So we'll put him in the bucket. There we go. That seems like a little bit better fish right there. Feels like he's got a lot more power. I ain't seen him yet, but got quite a bit more power than them others. Them other ones was good fish too. Oh yeah. This is a good one. Black crappie. It's a male. Come on. Come on, boy. You're whooped. He hit real close to the rocks right here, and the reason is because this water is deeper this way. See how he's hooked? Yeah, I'm just lifting him up right here. Okay. Get her. Alright, this fish has been tagged. He's a tag crappie. Now, I don't know anything about these tags right here. I'll find out. Okay, let's go put him in the bucket, which is way down yonder way. I'm covering a lot of water. That's the main thing, folks, is covering a lot of water. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know nothing about these tags. I'll find out about it. Let me put him in there. We'll fish a little bit longer, then we'll find out about this tag deal. Let me go to my rod. It's way down yonder way. Now that bite come from right here, real close to the rocks. So I'm gonna come close to the rocks and go right through where that crappie hit to see if there's another one. And there he is. See, I done come through there one direction, nothing doing, same place. I come back the other way, and that's what happens. That's just a little trick. And I think that's why the old timers called it angling, because angles makes a difference. Not with just crappie, all fish. Now, that's just an opinion. Let's bring this fish on in here with this old long rod I got in here. It's a male black crappie. I hadn't caught a white one yet. Or a black nose. Let me get my pliers. No, I don't have to. And he eat that Perry jig. And I got a lot of colors right here. Mr. Perry, he takes care of me. Now, he ties me all kinds of whatever I need. The fish out here, just all kinds of colors. I got them. Now, and I appreciate it too, because I catch a lot of fish with this particular jig. Now, my favorite jig head, no doubt, is the 4x4 because of the unique design that it has and because I don't waste many plastics. Okay, that one's 10.5 inches. We done measured him. We'll put him down in the hole and go catch another one. I got this bucket under a shade right here. I can't stay long because the water temperature is probably around 55 right now, the surface temperature. We've had a lot of fronts. Matter of fact, we're fixing to have another one come through. So this is in between fronts. Okay. Ooh, they almost. There we go. Come on in here. Beautiful fish. Let's let him go. That's a little male.
What do you mean? Oh, I don't need no toothpicks. I ain't got no teeth. Well, I know it, Clarence. You seen him in the dollar store buying a whole pack of them, did you? Well, he ain't got but one tooth in his head. I bet that he don't have to buy but one a year, one pack a year, do he? I can't figure Clarence out. That's a aggravating old guy.
Okay, folks, we're back home right here, and like I said, it's a great technique. Me myself personally, I like about a 10-foot rod for this, but I broke my rod. It was last week. I was shooting a video. I broke my rod. I left my jig hanging down about that far. I walked by it. I was in the boat, and it caught my pants leg and broke my 15-year-old Buck's jig pole, and I hated that. Well, today I went to a friend's house. His name is Johnny, and he'd found this 11-foot rod right here and give it to me. He found it while he was fishing. He drug it up from the bottom. Had a reel on it. The reel wasn't any good, so I used it in this video. It's a good rod, real limber. Didn't lose any fish on it, and I caught a tagged crappie. And let's go into that briefly. Okay, I stopped at a store right here, and they had this brochure, and all the information's in it. It's Weiss Lake 2018 rodeo, and it's good until February the 1st to April the 15th. So I was in the zone. Okay. And it tells about 1,012 tag crappie valued at $172,000 in cash and prizes. Some of these crappie, well, I read it, and some of these crappie were worth, well, here it is, 12 fish worth $10,000 each. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the rodeo. It cost $15 to enter. The bad thing is I didn't know anything about it. I've heard of the rodeo, but I didn't know anything about the entry fee and all that kind of stuff. You know, I go fishing when I can because it's good for me. I just study crappie. But if I'd have known that, I would have released that fish immediately. Okay, that's a fact. But I didn't. And I kept the fish in that 5-gallon bucket too long. If I'd have released him, wow, my goodness, he'd just died and floated away. So there's no need in wasting the fish. Might as well eat him. And no more than I keep. I mean, it's unfortunate, though. One of them things. Next year I'll pay $15. And if I go to Weiss, I'll probably not get lucky and catch one. But that's how it works. That's fishing. But here's the crappie. It's I measured it. It's 12.5 inches long. It's a male, and there's the tag. It's a hot pink tag. Oh my goodness. Well, that's fishing.
And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good for you.